everyone. My name is Waeyenberge, and welcome to SOAS, our old and new friends. And I was told yesterday we have even a larger number of online audience registration at least. So, and thank you for online friends for joining us. So before we begin, we have a couple of housekeeping things, as you can imagine, to go through. And I was told that's my responsibility. So if, just in case, in the unlikely event, there is a fire alarm or any other emergency, we need to evacuate this building. So there are 2 exits on the back of this lecture room. And we hope people can stay calm, and then we can go out safely. And if so for the phone, so I think everybody knows that we should turn off the phone. And if you need to receive or call emergently, you can go outside so that we can keep going here inside. And for any other, for if you need the direction within the building, we have a reception desk outside. So our members of staff members will be ready to help. And that's everything. So now, Elisa. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Elisa to you. So Professor Elisa Waeyenberge. So I think I'm pronouncing correctly. So our head of College of Development Economics and Finance, Elisa, is going to deliver the welcome address on behalf of SOAS of the college. And let's welcome Elisa to the stage.
Thank you very much, Professor Waeyenberge. So to the colleagues from ODI, to the Executive Director of the African Economic Research Consortium, to the Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, to the CEOs who have joined us here today, to the esteemed researchers, colleagues at SOAS and beyond from the wider academic community, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to SOAS. As Professor Bo already indicated, my name is Elisa Waeyenberge. I'm a professor in development economics, but I stand here as the Dean of the College of Development Economics and Finance, within which that is hosting, if you want, this fantastic event. So it gives me enormous pleasure to welcome you here at SOAS in the heart of Bloomsbury. So just very briefly, as you may or you may not know, SOAS was created more than 100 years ago. We celebrated the centenary of the institution in 2017. It was created as the School of Oriental and African Studies, and it's always had a particular mission in terms of being focused on what we call its regions, which are the regions of Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. We often understand the mission or the mandate of SOAS to be in some form of a bridge between what we also call global north, global south, and that mandate then gets reimagined through various missions as we go across time for the institution. Most recently, we adopted a new strategic plan, not most recently, actually, some time ago now. We're more than halfway through our strategic plan. And as part of our mission in terms of how we execute our historic mandate, we have had a key element within that, which has been to think through the way in which we have partnerships across the globe. And so we've had this ambition for equitable partnerships between SOAS and various other institutions. And I think this particular conference is one exemplar of a successful endeavor in that ambition of equitable partnership. So we, as you are aware, this conference is as a result of a tremendous partnership that's been long-standing actually between the ODI, the Center for Global Finance at SOAS, as well as the African Economic Research Consortium. So in that context, I want initially to welcome and extend special thanks to Professor Dirk Willem Velde from the ODI, to Professor Hongbo, who is our AXA chair in global finance, as well as the director of the Center for Global Finance. And of course, last but not least, to Professor Victor Murinde, who is still our own, who is the founding director of the Center for Global Finance, and he currently has the very exciting job of being the executive director of the African Economic Research Consortium. Now, as we engage on these various research collaborations, Victor, in his role as executive director of the African Economic Research Consortium, has brought along some colleagues with him, and I would like to again extend thanks to the colleagues via the AERC that have joined us here today. I would like to name some. That does not mean that the others shouldn't be thanked, but apologies if I am inadvertently omitting anyone. So we have Dr. Abdi Kedir, Director of Research. We have Dr. Welcome. We have Dr. Diana Mukai, Research Manager. Welcome. We have Lydia Auma, Strategic Partnerships Lead. Nice to meet you. Patricia Ojongale, Managing Director of Ugandan Development Bank. Online, wonderful. And we have Professor Peter Muriu of the University of Nairobi. Also online. Thank you, Victor. So for those who are joining us online, of course, you are very welcome. We also want to acknowledge the generous funding of the partnership and of the conference by the AXA Research Fund, and as well as the FCDO. So beyond, and also I would like to extend special thanks to the colleagues from the AXA Center for Global Finance who work tirelessly to allow this exciting event to happen. Now, in terms of the conference itself, not only SOAS has this ambition for partnerships, has this ambition to be a bridge across the various regions, its various regions, but it also has this mission to tackle the big planetary questions of today. And I think that the theme of the conference speaks very much again to that particular imperative, given that the theme of the conference is focused on the China-Africa interactions, the pathways where we are at today and what that means for the future. And in that setting, again, we're bringing together here people from all around the world, both the regions, if you want, of SOAS, but further afield. Of course, we're also having our colleagues from the Americas and from Europe. In particular, I would like to highlight that we will have two very distinguished keynote speakers. We have Professor Franklin Allen, Professor of Finance and Economics at Imperial College Business School. And we also have Miss Hannah Ryder, who is the CEO of Development Reimagined. And finally, I think it's quite exciting, and it's going to make you want to stay till the end of the proceedings tomorrow afternoon, that the conference closes with the book launch by Professor Matthias Thiemann that has the title Taming the Cycles of Finance, ? Central Banks and Macroprudential Shifts in Financial Regulation. So I want to close on that. I want to apologize that I will be in and out of the conference as I had a few other engagements, but I'm hoping to be able to dip in sufficiently regularly and to benefit from the exciting sharing of knowledge that is going to happen in the next 2 days. So with that, I wish you a very fruitful 2 days, and that there will be hopefully lots of new initiatives that will be emerging from the various conversations that we will be having. Thank you.
Actually, I forgot asking Elisa to introduce Dirk, but Dirk, it's my pleasure to invite you to the stage to deliver your opening address.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Hongbo, and let me also welcome you on behalf of ODI to this conference on China-Africa economic interactions, the past, present, and future. And let me also acknowledge, of course, the presence of Elisa van Waeyenberge. I hope I pronounced it correctly. The head or dean of the college, and also, of course, Professor Hongbo and your predecessor, but now the current director of the African Economic Research Consortium. And it's fantastic to be with you again after last year's annual conference, and I'm really looking forward to the conference. I think for me it's been a sort of a fantastic journey to be part of SOAS and to be working with SOAS as a professor of practice. It's both at a personal level and also at an organizational level, because I'm also, of course, full-time still at ODI. Personally, because I enjoy very much the link to research, having done a PhD in this area, and having always liaised with researchers throughout my career at ODI, and then always exploring how research links to practice and how we can make sure that what is being done as research, what is being researched, is also being put into practice. And we do that at ODI, and I also hope that I can contribute this to SOAS, so we can bridge research and practice. I think organizationally, as you were hinting at as well, Elisa, there have been many links between ODI and SOAS. I think at least half of the staff in my group have either a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD from SOAS, and if you go beyond my group, actually a lot of people at ODI, and we take the fantastic researchers from SOAS at ODI, and also as ODI fellows as well, and so that's highly appreciated. And we're also doing joint analysis, joint research, and we've just launched together with the AFCFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, and the AERC and Victor Morinde, of course, and a colleague from the Center for Global Finance, a paper on FDI data that we hope will help the implementation of the protocol of an investment of the AFCFTA. And so with that, with those linkages, we really hope that research can also lead to practical policy implications and actually help policy development. Now, I'm also very excited about the theme, and of course, it's organized by Hongbo, Professor Hongbo, and so I think ODI and myself will also have gone through a journey on this topic, on China-Africa economic relations. I think I remember organizing a meeting in 2009 when the global financial crisis was at full speed, when China came to the rescue. And that was something very new for people who work in so-called development, because by then we were thinking about investment in Africa, and there were always concerns. There was Chinese investment in Africa. There were concerns, right? Like, what about this? What about that? The decade after that, we were also part of something called the different ESG growth research program, and also analysis has been undertaken by various professors at SOAS. In this context, also Professor Carlos Oya, for example, and synthesized succinctly by my colleague Linda Calabrese, showing that actually the investment that came in from China into Africa wasn't that different from other investment going into Africa. It had similar types of characteristics around economic transformation issues, and so the normalization took place as well. Now, of course, there are other issues taking place, and I'm really looking forward to discussing with you all and to hearing from you what the future may hold. And of course, a good understanding of the past and the present is important. So we need good analysis, good research to help us think about what does it mean for future interactions and what should be the policy implications as well of these interactions. So let me stop there. Let me just thank again the strong collaboration we have with the Center for Global Finance here at SOAS, and also let me thank Elisa and Victor, of course, for past interactions, and very much looking forward to the conference for over 2 days. And you've heard from Elisa already what's being included, and looking forward to the keynotes. I think, let me stop here and I'll hand over to.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Elisa and Dirk for your opening. So I think, where's my manager? So I think it's a group photo time. Where's Mom? Where's